We have five very very experienced, and also I would say all of them are expert in their own respective field. Of course, I would like to introduce Dr. Anthony Sales from the Regional Director from Department of Science and Technology 11 from the Philippines. That's correct. I think maybe just to say a few words, Doctor.
Okay. How do I put this on?
Yeah, I think it's on, yeah.
Good morning. Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all our participants, to my fellow panelists. I'm Anthony Sales. I'm the Regional Director of the Department of Science and Technology in the Philippines. Because we have a presidential form of government, we call our ministries departments. So we say Department of Science and Technology, and I'm handling the regional portfolio for Davao region, one of the regions in Mindanao. And one of the functions of the department is to provide technology transfer services and innovation services to our MSMEs.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Anthony. I think Dr. Anthony is very experienced. Just now during the conversation, I think especially in terms of inclusive innovation, or maybe grassroots innovation, later maybe we can share a bit. Okay, next is Dr. Zamroni Salim, Head of Research, Center for Macroeconomics and Finance from BRIN, Indonesia. Dr.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Zamroni Salim, Head of Research Center for Macroeconomic and Finance. We are from National Research and Innovation Agency. This is the new integrated national institutions coming from 4 big research institutions and the overall research institution from ministerial lines. We are focusing on production knowledge and then promoting research and innovations, as well as giving policy, research and innovation policy for Indonesian governments and also for the partner, either national or international. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zamroni. I think Dr. Zamroni also very well known, and you are expert in terms of innovation as well, I believe. I think Dr. Zamroni have a PhD in Japan together with Park Anthony, Dr. Anthony. I think same different part of Japan. Okay, next I think I think Cik Muhammad Farhan replace Cik Muhammad Redwan, who's unfortunately feeling unwell today. So Cik Muhammad Farhan, he's the Senior Manager from Digital Services under the Digital Industry Development of MDEC. I think all of you heard him speak this morning. So, but just say a quick few words, Cik Farhan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zarif. So again, my name is Muhammad Farhan Hizami, so representing Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. So basically on behalf of Mr. Rizwan, basically there are 9 promoted sectors. So digital services is one of the promoted sectors under the MD initiative. And basically the 2 key programs highlighting and specifically focusing on first is in terms of the business digitalization, which also include MSME, and another part is looking at the disruptive trends and new business trends, so for example, like the sharing economy, gig, and platform economy. Yes,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Farhan. I think in Malaysia, everybody knows MDEC is very important because we don't want with the emerging technology, then wipe out all the SMEs. Then next time in breakfast, we can only go to KFC and McDonald's. No more other choices, no more nasi lemak for us. So there's other things we have to make sure it doesn't happen. Okay. So next, I think we have Mr. Vorapoj Prasanpanich, which is currently the Assistant Director General from OSMAP, our counterpart in Thailand. He has joined OSMAP since 2010, and now he's the Assistant Director General. So over to you, Mr. Vorapoj. Just a quick word.
Thank you. My name is Vorapoj Prasanpanich. I'm from the Office of SME Promotion, Thailand. Right now, I'm in charge of the e-service of the SME in Thailand, because after the pandemic period, SME struggle very difficult to get the help from the the government and many agencies. So OSMEP try to build the system that every service of the to support SME go online. So I'm in charge of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vorapoj. I think he has many years experience. Even though Mr. Vorapoj looks very young, actually he's older than me. I say he's my senpai. In Japan, we call him senpai. Yeah, but he looked very youthful. Later, maybe not during Q&A on the stage, but down the stage, you can ask him what's his secret. Okay, next, last but not least, I think we have to welcome Mr. Zorikto Gomboin, all the way from Russia. He's the Deputy Head for Laboratory of International Development, Standardization and Applications of ICTs under the Radio Research and Development Institute. I think you flew almost 16, 17 hours to make the trip here. I think, let's hear from you, Mr. Zorikto.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Glad to be here. My name is Zorikto Gomboin, as was said. I'm from Radio Research and Development Institute. We are a policy research institute under the Ministry of Digital Development, Communications and Mass Media of Russia. Basically, what we do is we provide policy advice regarding ICTs. So my angle to the SME and SME digitalization will be mostly from the digital part. And thank you very much. I'm glad to be joined by such a distinguished panel of experts.
Thank you, Mr. Zorikto. Even though it just say Radio Research and Development Institute, but I believe we have to admit Russia definitely has more technology advantage compared to most of the country in the world. I think you are one of the leaders. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Malaysia's one of Malaysia's first satellite that was sent to space is using the tech from the Russia, that cooperation between two countries. I think maybe you will have a lot to share with us. So without further ado, I think I will just go straight to the panel session. Of course, number one, I think we all know, I think most of us here, every day we deal a lot with the MSME. MSME stands for micro, small and medium enterprises. Traditionally, these companies usually they are not as resourceful as all the large corporations. So they definitely will face a lot of challenges in terms of technology and innovation adoption. So that's why today's topic is really apt. So maybe I just want to throw the first question. What is the barriers or the biggest barriers for our SMEs to adopt this digitalization and innovation? Maybe all the panel fellows can share a bit of insights. Maybe we start with Mr. Vorapoj, since it's very near, next to Malaysia.
Okay. In case of Thailand, the barrier to entry because let me say this, right now the digital transformation is an inevitable because you have to do it. But in Thailand, most of the MSME, most of them, 80% of the MSME in Thailand is in the micro level. The first thing that when you tell them to change or to develop is how much they will ask. Because the first one is the cost of the transformation that they may not willing to pay for the cost of that because they see it as an expense. But we will try to them hey, this is an investment, not an expense, because you have to do it. The second barrier is they don't know how to get to make them transform, and also they don't know who to help them. Like Mr. I think Mr. Faisal this morning, that 40% of the SME, they may be willing to change, but they don't know how to do it. I think it's in case of Thailand.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vorapoj. So one of the barriers, of course, is cost, the money. So SME have to see it as an investment instead of a cost. And then, of course, the second one, they don't know how to do it. But I think this is where most of us come from. We can share with the MSME how to do it. So maybe Dr. Zamroni, what is the biggest barrier for SME to adopt digitalization and innovation?
Okay, I think we would like to share some common knowledge about the barriers for the MSME to have digital adoption in Indonesia especially. The first one is related to the financial sources, the limited financial sources that we need to promote. How can we find any other potential sources globally? So not only from Indonesia, but also from the rest of the world. The second one is about the way how the MSMEs manage their business process. This is related to how the MSMEs could increase the economies of scale. So this is not only in Indonesia, but also in other APEC members that facing a kind of economics of scale problem. And we need to raise together the common problem and become a solution for the overall APEC and SME digital adoption.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zamroni. So you mentioned that we have to make the technology or the innovation accessible to the SMEs in a way. So maybe I think earlier, Cik Farhan got shared, right, the shared services among the SME. Maybe you can further dwell a bit on this adoption of digitalization and innovation among the SMEs.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. So I think in terms of the barriers, just coming back to the questions, I would like to just to get everyone on different perspective. So instead of looking at on the demand side, basically looking at the MSMEs per se, we should also look into the supply side, basically the technology solution providers. So I think one of the key important findings from the study is that the solutions in the market right now is not easy enough for the MSME. So of course, the quick answer is we need to train them. And we need the government need to allocate resources to train them, allocate the funding, grants, etc. to train. But it's not always the case. So I think right now what we are looking at is more innovative kind of solutions. So we need to ensure that even the technology solution providers on the supply side, they need to come on board together with the government to work on a very easy solution for the MSME. Basically, literally, we need to figure out the one touch and also one step kind of solutions. So as simple as they log in and then they get everything. So it's in the ideal world, that's the situation, but we have a use case I think is workable. So I think we need to also focus on that, so that the technology wouldn't become the barriers for the MSEs to enter digitalization journey.
Okay, thank you, Cik Farhan. So if talking about from the supply side of the technology, I think we have to talk to our big brother in Russia, Mr. Zorikto. Maybe you can share a bit of experience. So from all those, technology and all that, usually SME we felt that that's not MSME's space. There are only big company should adopt and all that. But actually, we all know that that's not the case. Maybe Mr. Zorikto, you can share a bit of insights in terms of innovation and technology adoption.
Right. So from my side, I will probably talk more about the channel of interaction between the government and the SMEs and the SMEs to the government. So that will be B2G or G2B channels. And if the government wants to facilitate SMEs digitalization, it needs to act. It needs to digitalize its own interaction with SMEs, and it's very important because analog interactions with SMEs are bringing costs to SMEs. For example, we analyzed one service, just one government service, and in 1 year it accumulates 4,000 paper folders, and it amounts almost to one room of documents. And we have to keep the records for 25 years, so it means 25 rooms of documents. This is from the government side, right? But from the SME side, can you imagine these papers were written by someone who was hired by SMEs? Their paychecks come from the SMEs' revenues, and they could have been used to something more useful. So this is important. Secondly, also, when you have partial digitalization, it doesn't help at all. Because, for example, you can digitalize your own services, but then you force the SMEs to give you, for example, scanned copies, right? And when you have to scan copies, you have to hire another person to your SME, and you have to pay money. And this is simply not viable for many SMEs. So these are some considerations when you have to think about when you talk about the interaction between the government and how the government facilitates digitalization of SMEs.
Thank you, thank you. I think this is coming from Mr. Zorikto is very valid because in government, when we wanted to implement something, we have to think about the macro, look at it from a macro perspective. What does it mean to the SMEs? I think most recently for Malaysia, we started implementing e-invoicing. So of course, our biggest consideration is to the SMEs, how can they do that, and all that there are measures being put in. Having come to that, I believe Dr. Anthony has lots of experience because he do specialize in inclusive innovation or grassroots innovation. In fact, I think he's one of the 3% in this region who handles a lot. I think together with one Dr. Shamila from YIM Malaysia, Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia, and also another colleague from India. And the third one, of course, is Dr. Anthony, or shall I say the first one. So maybe you can share a bit of grassroots innovation. Because when it comes to innovation, MSME always thought that, it's rocket science, it's very complicated, you need to put in a lot of investment, time, the expert and all that, they don't have all this. So is it true, Dr. Anthony? Maybe you can share.
In the Philippines, they call me the father of grassroots innovation. So I tell them that I'm the grandfather of with the white hair. We have this program we call GRIND, no? And it stands for Grassroots Innovation for Inclusive Development. So the objective of the program is to bring out all these grassroots innovations from fisher folks, farmers, indigenous people, and bring them to market, bring the products of these innovations to market. And the Department of Science and Technology, my agency, tries to provide S&T interventions, including how we can digitalize the operations of these grassroots innovators and see how we can link them to market. One very good example is we're working now with an indigenous community in Davao region, and their problem is they cannot bring their agricultural produce to markets outside of their communities. So what we did was we worked with an academic institution, the University of Southeastern Philippines, to develop a platform where at any given time, the market in the urban centers in Davao region would know exactly what are the agricultural commodities available in the community, at what prices, at what volumes. And then on the other side, our indigenous people communities would know exactly the demand of the agricultural products in the urban centers. So through this platform, we are able to increase productivity of our indigenous people and bring their products to market.
Thank you so much, Doctor. So having said that, I think maybe I also wish to maybe pick the minds of all our expert panel here. Maybe you all can share a little bit, what do you think is the latest technology or emerging technology, or the technology has been around for a very long time, that our MSME should really look into and adopt, that will really help in terms of their productivities, in terms of staying in the game, to be competitive, you know. So maybe you can share what is the latest technology or the technology that they should look at. Maybe we start with Doctor.
I'm glad that you asked that question because we're now developing the second iteration of our halal traceability system. No? So we worked with an MSME in Davao region to develop a halal traceability system that would allow consumers, like for example, if you buy a bar of chocolate in the grocery, the label of that chocolate would contain a QR code. If you scan the QR code, you would have access to information about the product. You would have access to a copy of the halal certification of that product. So if there are problems or rejects or complaints about the product, you would know exactly how to attribute that or to what factor you would attribute that problem. We've developed this system with UTP here in Malaysia, University Technology Petronas, Malaysia, and another university in the Philippines. The objective is to provide our consumers easy access to information about the products that we develop and we market. No? So we intend to use the same system for other products, not just for halal products, but also other agricultural commodities and processed products from the Philippines.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Anthony. So Philippines is looking into traceability of halal products, yeah? Yeah, because Doctor, I believe you have a PhD in food tech, if I'm not mistaken. You also published a few papers. I think this is where a simple thing, you said a halal label where we can have traceability and then we can have access to the information. That is exactly one very good example to use digitalization and also innovation, because even though it may seem very easy and simple for the consumer, but behind it you need to build the database, you need to have a proper process so that you can document properly and also capture any complaints that will be displayed. So I think that is a very good example of digitalization and innovation among MSC. So over to you, Dr. Zamroni, if you can share one technology or innovation that our SMEs should focus on in the current day and age.
Okay, thank you very much. According to the current technology that the MSMEs in Indonesia can use is about the share of production sources.
Mm-hmm.
So here we can have a kind of cheaper, a lower price of resource production shares for among SMEs in Indonesia. And second one is about how the government gives support to this kind of development in MSMEs development in Indonesia. Is we are promoting a kind of using AI, but in the early state of development here, how Indonesian governments are adopting the process of AI in searching product certification. In addition to Mr. Anthony mentioned about the halal products, and also here we are supporting AI use of developments in doing certification process, as well as how a small-scale enterprise can also adopt technology together in minimizing the production cost, as well as in a way to achieve economies of scale in Indonesia.
Using AI.
Using AI. We are in the early state of development right now.
Early state of development. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. I think the spirit here is we shouldn't be afraid of AI. Yes. We should make use of AI. So I think that's the keyword here. Okay, next maybe Mr. Zorikto, you can share what is the technology that SME should focus on now.
So first I will probably react to the AI.
Mm-hmm.
And basically I think that in order for MSMEs to use AI, we need the models themselves and the data should be fit for purpose. It needs to be available. You need to have a clear kind of rules, how we can use it, how you can access the data, and so on and so forth. So first step would be to perhaps consider some AI models in your countries and in our countries as well, in Russia, for example, in some national or domestic languages, the languages that our people use, because many SMEs, they don't come from the capital, right? They come from the region. I myself come from a very small region in Russia, and we would gladly have some model of AI in our own language, and that will benefit our SMEs, our entrepreneurs greatly. So if we can find a way to do that, maybe consider some partnerships and some cooperation, that will be helpful.
Okay, wonderful. Means a bit of customization to make AI accessible to everyone. Means in the language or the form that the SMEs is familiar with. I think a bit of Mr. Farhan said, the bite-sized So that is useful to our SME. How about Mr. Vorapoj? You want to share a bit the latest technology in Thailand? You encourage all your SME. I know you said you did something during the COVID, right? Just now, you want to make sure all the services are available online, the SMEs. So, what are the trends that you are looking at?
Yes, I would say AI also. If we right now we are trying to encourage SMEs in Thailand to adapt the technology to their business. After the pandemic, we witnessed two things. One, there is no workers like before, because before the COVID, tourism is one of the major economic in Thailand. But right now, there is about more than that. About 60% of the GDP come from the sectors, the service sector in Thailand, mostly from the tourist system. But after the pandemic, we face one thing is that the entrepreneur cannot find the worker, because the worker during the COVID, the worker gone, go back to their hometown, and then they will not come back. AI will come and help the entrepreneur also. I witnessed, because I met one of the hotel owner in Thailand also. He is an SME. He owned the one hotel that has only 40 rooms. If they have no worker, they cannot operate the hotel. But right now they try to implement the technology also. They have the AI system from the reception table and to the room control. But right now, so they have a worker to be housekeeping, that's all. So they reduce the cost of the labor also, and then they get more the business, and then they scale up their business also. Because I think it is the AI benefit of AI. So I think the AI would be helpful if SME can try and learn from it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mr. Vorapoj. So now I come back to everybody say AI, right? So for AI and SME, actually, we did a study of it. One of the biggest fear in terms of the SMEs is AI actually will benefit the large corporation. I said my biggest fear, I got no more nasi lemak in the morning. I can only go to McDonald's for my breakfast. Okay, so because the big company, they are the one who's earliest adopter, and they are the one with a lot of resources where they really catch on to it, and they know, use AI, they know what time you're hungry, what kind of food you want and all that, and what is your personal preference, where you stay, which route you use to go to the office, and then they custom made for you. And then, so I give this tough question to Mr. Farhan, Malaysia digital economy. So how do you make sure that the MSMEs not just being helpless, defenseless in terms of adoption of digitalization and innovation, but instead they can use it to stay ahead of the game? Over to you, Farhan.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Zarif. So I think for this question, I would like to answer based on the actual examples of the recent collaboration that we have. So I think if you can go through the website of mydatahub.ai. So mydatahub.ai is the latest collaboration between Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation and also Datel Asia. Basically, our aim is to provide and to make AI easy for everyone, so including the SMEs, not for them to left behind. So anyone not to be left behind, and so in this we built together. Basically, Datel is the technology solution provider for this technology. So basically, literally, SMEs can go register on mydatahub.ai, and basically they can get in one touch, they can integrate all their data into one place. So basically, just imagine if a company or MSME is on Easy Parcel. So it is another e-commerce platform. So they have data, everything, data on their customers, data on the transaction, etc. So they integrate and log in into My Data Hub. All data from Easy Store will be integrated into My Data Hub. Again, the data is privately, basically is on their own. So if they provide consent to share the data, then they will be able to share the data. But if they do not provide the consent, so it will be kept within their environment. So again, so My Data Hub is playing a big role basically to integrate all data. So if you are using another platform for like a financial technology companies, another solution, anything digital that can be integrated into My Data Hub, so it can be basically integrated into one place, and then the data will be processed through AI. It provides two services. So first is for them to use that data to get financial services. So basically, there are four financial institutions that's already on board. So they are ready. They would like to see the data, and they would like to provide the financing assistance to this company based on data from My Data Hub. So that's the first services, which also address the main concern from the MSME. You know, where how do I find? You know, whether can I get a financing facilities from the bank or any institution. So we provide the data through My Data Hub, and the second one is also they provide customized marketing, digital marketing experience. So like you said, so basically based on data, they know already the trend, the customers would like to purchase at what time, so which customers is really a loyal customers, so they can provide more discounts or lesser discount, you know, for these customers. So based on the trend, AI will process that at the back end. So basically it's just a one step, one click, so for the SME. So it's just one example. I think we are exploring further development and also some other technologies with the technology solution providers. So I think it's a great start. So I think we just would like to also welcome all SMEs to start exploring the opportunities that we provide.
Okay, thank you. I think we have shared a lot from the panel. I think in the interest of time, I'm not sure is MC, do we have time for Q&A? Yes? So maybe we want to open to any question from the participant. It's not easy to have all the experts here sitting together in the room. So I think for the APEC 21 economies, if you all have any question you would like to ask, anyone? Very clear? Hungry?
Yes. Yes, we have one from Russia.
Thank you, colleagues. Seems that the issue of AI is one of the most urgent ones here at the panel. So can but ask, especially amidst the recent news regarding the prospects for AI being a kind of a bubble, do you really believe that the AI is a must for MSMEs? I do understand that AI is of definite benefit for the large corporations who could actually let themselves either finance specific R&Ds or collaborate and then just and benefit from their internal developments. But if we speak about MSMEs and the very restricted financing opportunities, do they really need this to be the top one priority for them, or they better think about how to enter foreign markets and, for instance, focus on, let it be digital marketing that has been mentioned several times today?
Okay, I think thank you for the great question. I think maybe the question is, should the MSME pay attention to the AI, the research stage of the AI, because it seems that they have limitation in terms of resources. How can AI, actually SME benefit from this latest technology trend, the AI? I think Mr. Zorikto wanted to say something.
Yes, maybe I will frame this question a little bit differently. So basically, digitalization, when we talk about digitalization of MSMEs or digitalization in general, we talk about the digitalization a lot like it's a silver bullet, it's a magic that will solve all the problems, and it's just not viable. It doesn't happen ever. First, SMEs need to start with analysis of their own business processes. If the business processes are they're efficient, the digitalization will be efficient. If not, it will not be. So it doesn't matter which technology you use, whether it's AI or whether you do distributed ledgers or something else. The result will not be great if you don't start with the analysis of your own business processes. Thank you.
Thank you. I think so. No worries to the SMEs. I think AI is just maybe a buzzword. Actually, AI stands for artificial intelligence. we have God-given intelligence, so must be much better than the AI. I just wanted to share a story. I think just like any other, I believe all the government department in the world, we're trying to digitize part of our operation, and we will adopt AI as well. But the developer actually told us for the AI to be smart enough, at least like secondary school level or university level, he said you need 3 years. So he said the first year is like kindergarten or primary school. Second year, because they need to collect all the data and all that, still is the human, the entrepreneurial spirit behind it is the one who decide how good this algorithm or this artificial intelligence, the programming will be. So I think that's what Mr. Zorikto mentioned. Maybe Dr. Anthony, in the AI.
In response to the question on whether it should be a must, the use of AI, well, my take on this is that for AI or any technology for that matter, it should serve a purpose. No? It's always a question of fitness for use or fitness for purpose. For MSMEs, there are different levels that we can apply AI. I like to cite a very good example. I'm sure you know durian, the durian fruit. We also produce durian for export to China and other countries in Asia. So what we did was we collaborated with an academic institution to develop an AI application to check the quality of durian for export. No? So obviously, if you use this system, it would have a lot of benefits in determining the quality of the fruits that you export to China, for example. So what it does is, it's a non-destructive system. You just pass the fruits through a conveyor with sensors, cameras, and then it will tell you, the system will tell you exactly what is the maturity, what is the sugar level, and what is the color and variety of the durian that goes through the conveyor. So it facilitates the screening of the fruits for export. So this is one application where MSMEs can benefit greatly from AI and other technologies for that matter.
Great. So I hope we answer the questions. So don't worry, I think AI is just a tool, I think in conclusion, but most importantly is still your system, how efficient your system, and how can you use AI to assist you to make your process more efficient and reduce waste and maybe make the process faster and minimize the error. You know, the one thing that I think AI definitely or digitalization can do better than us human beings is probably the error, the chances of having an error. Because, but if you look from the other angle, is maybe there's not much room for flexibility. You know, so you need to consider both angles, and most important is the business you are in, the services or the process that you are in, and see how AI can actually help you. Yeah.
Just to add a bit on this point, I think with regards to the MSME, just one key point that we need to convey and also explain to the MSME is that just to make sure that they know that digitalization is a journey. So it's not just one step, so and you can achieve everything, and not to fear of missing out. So basically, you know,
FOMO.
FOMO. So basically, everyone is using AI, then I need to use AI. No. So in actual fact, you need to have a proper assessment in place, understand your needs, what are the gaps. You know, so maybe you just start off with just having a digital store on WhatsApp. So just take the first step. So I think that's the crucial part. So it's not about having everything, but having what you need. That's the most important part.
Yeah, Dr. Zamroni.
According to the AI for the MSMEs, I think as a tool, AI can be used to know better about the supplier, to make you know better about their inner organization, I mean in the business. And the next one is to know about the customer. So in these three parts, I think when do we need to use AI? It depends on the need. When do you need it? Or with function that you need it. So to do that, we need to analyze what kind of problem that we have in MSMEs. So far, if you have a problem of supplier, you need to know the supplier better. And your problem is about the finance sources, you need to know about the money that they come from so they can support you. And we want to know about how to get a larger market in APEC economies or in rest of the world. Then you can see the need for the use of AI to conquer the world, yeah, to expand your market share, etc., etc. So it depends on the need and also depend on the function that you are having a problem with your MSMEs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very great, good insight from Dr. Zamroni. So identify different problems or maybe the urgency or factors in your business, then you use AI to assist you. Okay. Yes, Dr. Vorapoj. Mr.
Yeah, in
Vorapoj.
case of AI, I think it is not a must for the SME. If I will show you the case of in Thailand also, the entrepreneur that I met also. AI used to to help the business because of, for example, for the tourism also. If you travel to Thailand, the first problem for the tourists to travel in Thailand is the language. The language is the main problem when you go to, especially it go to the very far towns. But AI can help you also because the hotel right now they are also the senior people already. They don't know the English even though other language. So they try to make the AI to get the occupation. They try to get the reservation. But they need to get the people who know the language, who try to register that. AI can help them. For example, one tourist come from to this SME. They don't know any English or any language. They just know Thai. But right now, if they go directly to the reception desk, they can talk to their phone, right? Then the phone they translate to the language in Thai, and then the Thai and translate to the language also. The AI, this kind of the technology can help the SME also because they take the advantage of the tools that they can do. Because it is not a must. I can repeat it again.
Okay, so the key is to adopt and use it that can suit your situation, the situation of the MSME. Okay, great, wonderful question. So everyone answered the questions. Thank you. So any questions from the floor? Yes.
Hello, good morning. I just want to know from other economists of APEC, if are there some government policies or regulation as to the promotion, use, and regulation of AI, or in case there's none, is it possible to have this AI regulated?
I see. The question is government make it a law or policy that must adopt AI or to protect from AI? Is there in the government? Maybe this time we start with Malaysia. Ada. Do Malaysia have any law on AI at the moment?
So there are some works going on, but right now we are at the observation mode. So basically to understand further, and of course there are some models of countries that we are looking at in terms of how they regulate the AI. But again, right now, so we are the observation and to understand the benefit and also the implication as well. I mean, because we are taking also the head of promoting the ecosystem. So it's a quite infant, I would say. So we are trying to understand the mechanics. And right now, they are not yet in terms of the regulating, but we are promoting the usage and because to understand the benefit to MSME and also the individuals.
Okay. So in Russia? No regulation.
Well, regarding the regulation on AI, I just wanted to say that it's very important to know that the businesses know AI better than the governments, and that will always, this gap will always be there regardless of the technologies. So you need, if you want to regulate something, you need to consult with the businesses. For example, in Russia we have an AI alliance, which is comprised of many big and small firms, and they all give their own kind of vision of what's the role of the government should be in these kind of regulations. We also had some initiatives on the AI, on the single code of AI or single law, but I don't think that they have succeeded just yet.
So should listen from the business people, not government to dictate, but hear from the industry. Okay. All right. So I think that's a good point. Yeah. I think I saw a hand here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, panelists. So we are from Vietnam. Thank you very much, your panelists, for sharing very good, interesting story. So I'd like to come back to the digitalization. The AI for me, I think somehow has become a buzzword in many countries, even in Vietnam. And I'm particularly interested in how the government can support MSME in the tourism sector, because also linked to Mr. Vorapoj's story. Because I'm involved in a small project at the Ministry of Planning and Investment of Vietnam to help promote digitalization for SME in tourism sector. So I would like to learn from you, especially Malaysia and Thailand, because I'm very impressed. We are very impressed by the video clip that you show how Malaysia promote tourism. Fantastic video. Vietnam always want to learn lesson from Thailand and Malaysia to develop our tourism sector. And my question is how your government support SME in tourism sector for the digital journey. Thank you.
Okay, support the very specific question, SME in the tourism sector to adopt digitalization and innovation. I think just now Mr. Vorapoj shared a very good example in terms to overcome the language barrier. So is there any other example? Yeah, Dr. Zamroni, who spent 3 years in Japan, maybe can share a bit.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to share some regulation or promotion, how to support tourism sector for the SMEs developments. I think we already discussed about the development of MSME in your own country, here in this room. But we never conduct research or conduct a promotion of development across countries, right? So there is one way to how to make a cooperation across 21 economies in APEC. I think one of innovation is through border payment.
Border payment.
So border payment is one solution. I said one among others, one solution how to connect tourism sectors among APEC economies. For example, one of the promising policy here is by using a QR code. Yeah, from Malaysia we are using Do It Now, right?
Do It Now, yes.
From Thailand, PromptPay, and then SGQR from Singapore and Indonesia, Kris. So by promoting border payments, we can connect the tourism sectors and the MSMEs inside, starting from sources sectors like supplier, as well as connecting to the front end, how the tourism sectors, the tourists, okay, can move easily from one country to another and can buy anything they want, as well as how the back ends, they can also connect the process of production between one MSE in Malaysia, in Vietnam, in Indonesia, and the rest of APEC economies. So digitalization through border payment is one solution that we can connect together to increase tourism sectors.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Zamroni. So I think that's wonderful. So we kill off all the money changers in our respective countries. Yes, yeah? So, or better yet, we see from a perspective, we don't have to have one currency like euro. We can have cross-border payment. that is seamlessly done with the
Using
current
Chris,
technology.
using Chris, basically we promote our own currency
Yeah.
directly,
Directly.
not
Okay.
using US dollar or others.
Yes, yes, cross-border
hard money.
payment. So we have a
Yeah.
bigger agenda now. I think I will take just one last question from the ladies. Yeah, just one last question. Sorry, I think.
Actually, that is also my question because I've been doing business with Sabah, Malaysia for around 2 to 3 years now. I have my SciFex every year. I was invited by Mr. Apandi. That is one of our problems because some would want to get or buy my products when I am in the IFEX, but I don't have that QR code. So I would like to suggest if you could come up a universal QR code for everyone so that they can pay and then I could have my sales. That is one of the one that is very good.
Okay,
Now
I
that I
think
heard it.
partly that has been answered. Okay, one last one from the lady. Okay. So sorry, we have, yeah, just a quick one.
Actually, I have just a kind of a solution would like to share on behalf of Russia because this could be relevant. It's particular on tourism. Actually, there is one very interesting initiative. It was conducted by Rossельхозbank, which is the Russian agricultural bank, jointly with the Ministry of Agriculture and then the agency which is responsible for tourism. In fact, what they did, they created a platform where they unite all the agricultural businesses, very small ones as well, at one particular umbrella. And why it's really attractive for the businesses, because they may enter this platform free of charge. This means that, in fact, the whole logistics is conducted by the operator of the platform. What is required from the MSMEs is just beautiful pictures, nice advertising, because they need to show the best aspects of their product, and the description. And this has to fit the form that is given by the operator of the platform. Then the rest is everything done by the platform itself. And it's truly interesting that you could filter all of these and even build up the ecotourism routes within one region, within the second region. And then it is integrated with the payment system. This one platform is integrated with payment system. So just the customer may go through this platform, choose the product, which is on the one route, pay for it. And then the businesses, they just benefit from this one single window. So I believe that here comes the role of the government, supported banks. For instance, this one is particularly supported by the Ministry of Agriculture. And here comes the result.
Thank you for sharing. I think government-sponsored free e-commerce platform for the SMEs to promote their product and services. Okay, I think the MC has given me many signals already to ask me to kill off the panel, but I have to insist just one final advice from every panel to the MSMEs to want to adopt digitalization innovation. We start with Mr. Zorikto, all the way from Russia. Just one final advice.
Think big.
Think big. Okay, cool. Mr. Vorapoj?
You have to go out of the box.
Think out of the box. Okay. Cik Farhan.
A bit longer from me.
Makan durian.
No, so I think for the MSME, so first know your needs.
Know your needs.
Yeah, know your needs, and then plan for your journey, digitalization journey, and then of course from there you track your progress and keep on improving.
Okay.
So, yeah,
cool.
So look for
the whole process.
Improvement. Exactly.
PDCA, plan, do, check, act. Okay. Dr. Zamroni.
Just a single praise is about MSME cooperation using digitalization.
Cooperation using digitalization. Okay, cool. Dr. Anthony.
In the application of any technology, whether it's AI, IoT, blockchain, there are only two criteria that I use. Criteria to check whether that technology would accrue to the benefit of as many people as possible. So these criteria are sustainability, because many MSMEs apply technologies for a very short time and after that they die out. Second is inclusivity. So it should benefit as many people as possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Please give a big round of applause to all the expert panels for sharing their experience. Over back to you.
Thank
Ms.
you.
MC.
Thank you to all our 5 panelists and of course our moderator. They are doing a very fantastic job right here. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Sharichai, Senior Director from SME Corporation Malaysia. And also the panelists, we have Dr. Anthony Cecils, Dr. Zamroni Salim, Mr. Muhammad Farhan Hizami, Mr. Vorapoj, and Mr. Zorikto. Thank you so much for doing this fantastic panel discussion and discuss about this accelerating and promoting digitalization and innovation among MSME. Once again, please give a round of applause to our panel sessions right here. Thank you. Thank you so much.